Alright, what's up people? Welcome back to another episode of the Nails Next Door. And hate to do this, but this is another update video. The last update video was on the Kia Telluride. This one is on my nose surgery. As you guys know, a lot of you guys actually started subscribing to the channel because of my little deviated septum and the turbinate reduction that I had back in December, yeah, right before New Year's Eve. It was like 3 days before New Year's Eve I actually had my surgery done, or day before New Year's Eve. I made the cutoff for health insurance, put it like that, my deductible. It's been about 7 months now, and I've been answering a lot of questions in the chats and the comments. So I figured a lot of you guys asked me to do an update video how I am now, how it's been. So I figured I might as well do it for anyone else that's still on the fence and trying to figure out if this is the right thing for them, if they should do it or not. So I guess I'll start off first with why I decided to get it done. And then hopefully that will kind of help you in that decision as well. So for like the past couple years, I've been having a hard time like breathing through my nose, and obviously I gained a little weight since I started my YouTube channel, you know, working from home, sitting down all day, you know, not being as active, kids, and just not being at workout. Thought it was just that, you know, I thought maybe I was just out of shape because I was trying to get back into shape and I was just always out of breath. You know, I thought maybe I had seasonal allergies, so I was using Flonase and that really wasn't working, so I was just trying anything. Then I finally decided, let's go to the doctor, find out what's going on. And he was just like, dude, you got a deviated septum, your turbinates are enlarged, we could try Flonase for a little while to see if it could kind of get them to reduce on their own. If not, then we could reduce it for you, pretty much go through surgery. And with the deviated septum, he said it was pretty bad, but it's more so a quality of life type thing. These are all quality of life things. It's based on how little you want to move with it. He's like, so we'll give it a shot. Let's try the non-surgery option first. Even though you've done it before, we'll try Flonase and allergy medicine combined. And we did that for about 2 months. No improvement. I finally had enough of it because what will end up happening is randomly throughout the day, pretty much what ends up happening, your nose uses one side more than the other and it fluctuates. But when it got to the side with the deviated septum, I couldn't breathe at all. Like, it was really stuffy and congested, and it was getting frustrated. I was at work, I was trying anything I could do to get relief. It's just like this, you're just like this all the time, and you're just trying to figure out like, yo, how can I get this to stop? Cold medicine obviously doesn't work. Only thing that actually worked for a little bit of time was Afrin. And if you know, you can't really use that on a consistent basis because it's highly addictive, and you end up going to like congestion, relapse, or something like that, or rebound, where no matter what you do, it's not going to help because it's just a steroid that solves it temporarily. So I was like, I couldn't do it anymore. You know, it was getting a little much. Like, I bought the kids a bedroom set, and I actually filmed getting the bedroom set. I filmed putting it all together, but I didn't finish filming it because after going up and down the stairs a few times, you know, and I finally got to the side of where it was getting stuffy, I really couldn't breathe very well, man. It was very uncomfortable. I was getting frustrated. It was getting to the point to where I was like, dude, I need to do something. Like, I can't live like this anymore. Surgery, obviously not something you want to go into unless you really have to. And I knew the risk, you know, empty nose syndrome and all that stuff. But I was like, dude, I have to give it a shot because it was just getting to a point where it was just too much for me, and it was just annoying. Like, I was trying to better myself for this year, so I bought a Peloton bike, and I was like, before I get this, and I can't even breathe very well, and I don't want to use any excuses. I just want to start this year off right, you know, no longer have to deal with it, you know, because it was interrupting sleeping. I was working the night shift at the time, so sleeping in the day, I couldn't even get good sleep during the day, in between trying to get power naps, watching the kids, and trying to get a power nap for the night work. Like, it was just wasn't a very like quality of life type thing. It sucked. Like, it really did suck. So I'm pretty sure if you guys are deciding to get this done, you might be getting to that point as well. And I got there, man. I was just like, you know what, I can't really do this anymore. So I told the doctor, let's go ahead, let's get the surgery, we're good to go, and go from there. He was just like, dude, I'll do my best to not have to do any type of packing. I don't think I should have to, but I won't know until I actually get in there. And then I started doing research and realized that packing part is what really sucks. You know, a couple of you guys actually let me know that you guys got the packing in there, and yeah, it definitely did suck. You know, everyone is a little different. You know, depending on how much work you have to get done, it'll happen. And he even told me right before you went in, I went to sleep. He was like, dude, I'll still do my best. That's still game plan A, but plan B is we got to pack it up. We got to pack it up. And I was like, all right, we'll do it. So, you know, I kind of went in fully aware of what was going to end up happening and when it was going to happen. Now, fast forward, you guys already seen, if you got to this video, you probably already seen the whole recovery process and all that wonderful stuff. Now, biggest question, has it been worth it? Hell yeah. Now, I will say this. I'm not as, when you first get that like open feeling, because I was even talking to the doctor about it, there's a point where in the healing process, you just feel like a lot of air is coming in at a lot of time, especially after like one of the cleaning sessions and they clean out everything, the scabs and stuff. Like, you feel a lot of air. You're like, dude, this is what I've been missing. But then it gets to the point like, maybe this is a little too much air for me. Like, what's going on here? That goes away really quickly. Your body gets used to it, I guess, and it's good to go from there. So, you know, you definitely feel a lot better. I don't have to go through the whole process of feeling stuffy and congested. I still actually use the Razelnets. I think because I got used to it, I still use it every other day. And I figure it's a good thing to kind of flush out your sinuses and stuff like that, get that all nice and clean. Especially where I live in Georgia, sometimes it gets very high pollen. So I was like, hey, let's just keep it all nice and tidy. So I think it's a good, like, hygienic thing to practice. So I've been doing it consistently since. Not as religiously as when I was healing, but like once in the nighttime, every other night I'll do it just to kind of get a good flush in there, and I go about my day. If I forget to do it, it's not a big deal, but I do still do it on a consistent basis. I don't use a neti pot. What I use is something from like, I don't have it in here. I'll pop it up on the screen, what you guys need to know. And link to the stuff that I use on Amazon, so you guys can see that if you want. It's like little salt packets, like, and then you put it in like a little tube and you spray it up there and it flushes it out. It's really quick and easy, 1, 2, 3 thing. I just keep a regular gallon of bottled water at all times in the house, and I use that to fill it up with, and I just rinse it out, so it's not too bad. Now, the only downside that I've had so far since getting it done is that I can't use black pepper at all without sneezing. Like, if I use black pepper in any way, shape, or form, I'm sneezing. Like, I've never sneezed so much in my damn life. I watched another video of another guy. He was like, dude, I never had allergies until I actually got this surgery done. So that open feeling, being able to breathe, it is a gift and a curse, because it can be something where you might be realized that you might be sensitive to something you weren't sensitive to before, which is cool. You know, it's something I deal with. It's a sneezing thing. I also feel like sometimes not really stuff is in there, but more so like, this probably sounds disgusting, but like more so like more boogers than normal. Like, it's, I don't know if it's from me flushing out my nose more, and it's just kind of like, just, you know, whatever, my nose is a little bit more sensitive to it. But yeah, it's not too much of a big deal. It doesn't really bother me too much. I haven't had anything like my nose just, like all the symptoms of ENS, I haven't had any of that. So I can't guarantee that if you get the surgery done, it's not something you won't have. It is a possibility, like anything else you do, there are side effects. It comes down to if it's up to you if you decide you want to take that chance or not. Also taking the time to research your doctor to find out what method your doctor is going to use when they get in there. My doctor said there's other dudes at his practice where packing is the only option. There's no option that it doesn't require packing. But he's just like, well, you know, there's other ways to get it done. So it really depends on your doctor and their comfort level when it comes down to things. But I do enjoy it. Like, I could work out, take a 40-minute Peloton class, and not feel like I'm gasping for air. Like, I could feel like I'm actually having a good time. I sleep better personally. So it definitely has helped me a lot. I could sit at my desk and work without feeling congested. I have not had to use Afrinetol for anything. Now, during allergy season though, I did use Flonase because I did feel a little itchy up there during the allergy season. I don't know if it was a one-time thing or it might just have been a lot more allergies, especially since I mowed the lawn, but I just did it to be more, I want to say like cautious more than anything else. But so yeah, it's not too bad. I would definitely, if I had to do it again, I would. It definitely was a longer healing process than I thought. You're talking about maybe 3 months-ish, give or take, it takes. And you're down for about a week. The other healing process is more so like you still might have like crusting and stuff in there, so you're still flushing your nose out. That's where it gets a little annoying. Sometimes you might see pieces of scabs and stuff come out as you're flushing. Really, that's all it comes down to. When you're sticking the bacitracin or triple ointment, whatever you're using in your nose, or Vaseline, whatever you're using in your nose to keep it moist to protect from scabbing, you always have to be on the lookout for, if you move around too much, your body heat comes and melts it and it starts to kind of like drip down. So you should want to kind of keep your movement to a minimum, because I was trying to move around a lot. Trying to get back, because I felt useless just sitting down on the weekends, and I would start to drip, and you'll see like little traces of blood in there, but it's not really bleeding. It's more so the mixture of the scab melting and stuff. It's just it's not a fun sight. So you're definitely gonna have to walk around with napkins for a while. Somebody asked if they are able to really go out and be about and go to like a concert about a week after surgery. If you have anything planned within the 2 weeks after getting this done, you might as well just cancel. It's not going to be a very joyful time for you. And to be honest with you, it's best if you sit down. The more you move around, the more likely your nose is going to bleed, and the more likely it's going to slow down your slowing process. So you just plan to sit it down for a while. You know, definitely make sure you're going to take off of work for a couple days to give you a chance to bounce back. And then after that, if you work outside, you might want to stay at home an extra week, because you still have kind of gauze and dripping, and unless you're cool with going to work with your nose taped up, then you're perfectly fine. Like me, I talk on the phone for a living, so it wasn't too big of a deal. If I had to get on camera or video, I'll just take it off for the time being and put it back on. But it is something that, you know, it is going to change your life for about a month, where it's going to be like, all right, I have to chill out. You know, I can't really be moving around as much. But yeah, that's really about it. It's been so far so good. You know, let's see if I got any let me see if I got any actually major questions here on YouTube that I could answer. So I try to answer all the questions I can as quickly as I could. Sometimes I got caught up at work, so I couldn't respond, but I did try. I pretty much got all of them. One of the major questions is what type of medication they gave you. Pretty much they just gave me Oxy, a nausea medicine, as well as antibiotics to make sure I don't have any infections after the surgery. And I used the Oxy for about 4 days. I kept using the cycle. Like I'm not a warrior. Like, I'm not gonna be here and say I'm not gonna take it. Nah. I was on that strict 6-hour or 8-hour schedule. Whatever the schedule was on the bottle, I stuck to that. But then I switched to just regular 800 milligrams of Tylenol after that. So I got a lot of comments several times from people saying the consequences of getting the surgery done and ENS. Like I said, everyone has to make their own choice what works well for them. I didn't have any of those symptoms. A lot of people I spoke to didn't have them as well, but you know, there's always that chance that something can happen. You just don't know how your body reacts. It all comes down to a quality of life thing and what you're willing to work with. So it depends how bad you are. So that's all I can say about that. Another question I got a lot was, how long was it swollen and tender? I'll be honest with you, I'm feeling now like I'm tender and swollen now, but it lasted a long time, to be honest with you. It wasn't like unbearable, but for a couple months I did feel like it was a little bit more puffier here than normal, and I could feel it, but it wasn't anything where I was like, yo, this is pain, I need to take Mavenus for it. You could just tell that something happened here, and it was just like, we'll work it out, but it wasn't too bad. If there's any questions that you guys have, definitely leave it in the comments below, and I'll do my best to answer them just like I answered all the other ones. and let me know how it goes. If you guys already got it done, how you guys feeling. But overall, I would definitely do it again. It's not something where I'm gonna run from it. If I had to do it again, I definitely would. You know, it did suck for those first couple days, but after a while it got a little bit better. Once you get to that first doctor appointment and he starts cleaning things out, it definitely makes it feel a lot better. It doesn't feel as congested anymore. So make it to the first doctor's appointment and everything will be a-okay. Follow the directions, take the pain meds when they offer them. If you want to be a soldier and a champ, by all means, but that wasn't me. I pretty much was like, dude, I'm going to make sure this is as smooth as possible. So let me know if you guys have any questions. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for all that subscribed and joined the Neil's Next Door family. And we'll keep it going from there. But until next time, have a good one, people.